Hello. You're dressed differently. And you're talking out loud. Ooh, they're talking to the statue. Okay. Hello. So Head Warden Ethelmer says a well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presiding over the room, looking down and blinking of the bustle of harried academics pestered by the hopeful desperate. So it's been a long time since I watched you grace these halls. I'm envious of your natural insights, traveller. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Okay. So tell me about the Sanitarium. That's a good place to start. So most only come here when concerned with cheating death in one way or another. So it's an old institution as Starwood goes. It's a 94th year. That's pretty old. So as with many cities, the growth of Defiance Bay brought with it a host of problems. One of the worst was those born with ill-favoured souls. They don't mean hollowborn. I think they just mean slightly insane people. So Brackenbury was a natural fit. It was growing, but there was also a lot of money here back then. So that's why all the old houses are here. This place owes its survival to the curiosities of the wealthy. Our founding came at a time of great suspicion and animancy, much like today. But in time it was forgotten, as all things are. Since then we've been at the forefront of animancy's resurgence. We've played host to many gifted researchers and pushed the boundaries of our knowledge, in ways never thought possible. So today, it's not exactly the same. There's been some push to shut them down. It comes from Dial's more excitable denizens. People see this legacy, and they see it involves something they don't understand, so it's natural for them to suspect people whose understanding exceeds theirs. So they have a representative in the palace at this very moment, defending the entire science of animancy at a hearing before the Duke. So that's what the Duke was busy doing. Okay. How are you a statue? So he was old, and it seemed wrong to them to spend a lifetime in pursuit of discovery only to lose it in death. So they talk about people cheating death as a bad thing, and then he goes and puts himself in a statue so he lives forever. It's a little bit odd. So they do miss being able to take an active role in these scholarly efforts. And sometimes they'll come and talk to him. I mean, that's quite nice. Awakenings. Is that what happened to me? I think it might be. But I probably should tell them about the leaden key. So they could have done without hearing that. So many have their intrusions been into our effect. Does that make... My brain doesn't think that makes sense. But maybe I'm just tired. Many of their intrusions have been into our affairs would make sense. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own, but few of the less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. So, once again, I'm reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I expect there would have been some use in revealing one's identity. Do they have something I need? I hope it isn't knowledge you seek. They are still keen to part with it. I think it's a patient. So I speak first with our resident animancers. Their frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. So there's an animancer on the lower floors who came all the way from Revua to study them. So I need to go down and look for Bella Sage. Aha. So I need to question the animancers about suspicious activity. Can I talk to any animancer about that? There are some nobles and animancers. So I'm guessing I need to find a specific animancer. Can I talk to you? No. I'll just walk over to you. Right. So you're a noble A noble. A noble. So which animator do I need to talk to? Ooh. He's got a glowing head. I guess I just need to click on all of them in case one of them says something suspicious. So I'm not really reading fully what they're saying. Right, there's the stairs. So I guess we just go down and find Belosage. I'm assuming they're down here. I think they said they were. Also, the darkness stuff's making me think there might be some combat here. Ah, there we go. That was quick.
Hail, traveler.
Okay. So, Acosti, here I am looking so hard for answers to my research that I do not see the Kith standing in front of me. What can I do? Am I Kith? Are they a watcher? Have you noticed anything suspicious? It's rare for them to notice anything that does not relate to their work. So, yes, they are the expert on animancy. That's good. So the lack of research subjects has made them more of an expert in counting floorboards. They would like to transfer animancy's success in buttressing pre-awakened souls to soothing those who have souls already awakened. Okay, I have a volunteer. Oh, that's what awakened soul means. So he's got the other soul inside him, not me becoming a watcher. Okay. So it's perfectly harmless. All you have to do is stand in that cage. That's not a trap at all. So that cage was for the previous owner of the office. So he used to go and sit somewhere and relax. So he's now got big, thick copper bands on his forehead and wrists. It feels like she's just strapped him into an electric chair. So she's got a long chambered tube that she uses as a, what, microscope? So she can track the anomalies in his soul. This could be interesting. So you'll have to answer some personal questions while she makes adjustments. So, something personal, something from a time before the awakening. What do we go for? I think parents. Ooh. Okay, what's happened? So as I speak to Aloth, my voice becomes like a bell in my chest. I don't know if that's the copper stuff on him or if it's some other effect, but I seem to be doing something magical. So his mum was made most of the time with the Thane's family, but he always knew when she was coming home. His dad bottles. His dad's bottles accumulate like storm clouds on the horizon, so he was an alcoholic. She started to see something. So he's in the 5th year of training. He can let his guard down a little when she's around. Okay. So he's having trouble casting missiles. His flame shields are unstable. One moment he's sweeping in the kitchen, the next he's sprawled on the ground, looking at flecks of his blood on the tile. So he kicks him in the stomach and curls up to protect his vitals. This isn't fun. So he retreats as fast as he can. So he's hypnotised himself with his old memory. You've got to bring him out of it. I feel like slapping him's the easiest way. Okay. So the awakened soul is taking control of Aloth's body. So there's a shift in his essence, something spreading and congealing. Keep talking. So cracking bones and voices high in ire, the warm molasses feeling that drips down your gut when crisis is nigh. We have flares of a totally distinct essence. So Islamir is the one that's currently active. So I feel like we should address them. So he's the one needing her, hiding in his own bone bag like a turtle in his shell. Okay, so good, yes, very good. I can now see two separate patterns in essence, where he ebbs, the other flows. It's as if the awakened soul fills the space that he leaves empty. So Aloth's given her nothing, she usurps him in his own body. And she lends him a pet too. You should ask what I did with the old man of his. Okay, so she's claiming control over some bits and he's saying no. I was awakening, but now I'm stuck with you and damned if I let you and drag us both through the scupper. So she's finally got something she can work with. Does that mean we're losing Aloth from our team, or what? So she's tracked Islamir's essence throughout the exchange. She has a particular high density index during the most heated portions of their arguments, and her essence seemed to localise most clearly in the lower portion of the subject's left ribcage. So that's right around the spleen, which of course means that she's triggered by black bile. So she's living in his spleen. Okay. So Isma's appearances are related to a potential source of trouble. I mean, that seems accurate because she only appears when... I mean, she appeared when we were sneaking through a cultist cave. And she appeared when he was getting beaten by his dad, so... So yes, it could be true. Should I start checking his other research? So, I mean, all of these are kind of true. So yes, he does take control when he can't face a problem on his own, because he was panicking in the cave, and he was just taking the beating from his dad. I mean, she kind of did a favour, but still. I think option's 3. Because yes, it is a hindrance, but it can also be helpful, I guess. So I hope this has been as useful to you as it has been for me. So advancing the right-wise principles of animancy. So as we turn to leave, you catch a darting movement out of the corner of your eye. So Aloth has just stolen some of Bella Sage's notes. He'll hold his finger to his lips, his eyes wide and imploring. He doesn't want his personal information published like this. I mean, just be quiet about it. Okay.